Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's time for Strat-O-Matic baseball. Oh my goodness, what a game we had yesterday, huh? Holy crap, that was a good one. How we can match that today. The last game on this date, May 11th, 1966, and it features two more contenders, the San Francisco Giants at the first place Pittsburgh Pirates. In fact, before I get too deep into this, let's take a look at our standings. I'm just going to do it this way. Save on printer ink and paper, you know what I mean? Here's how it looks. Look at that, just incredibly bunched up at the top. Pirates a game and a half ahead of the Phillies, 1 game ahead of the Dodgers, and the surprising Astros. The Cardinals 4 back. The Giants playing today 4.5 back as they try to climb back into this race. What's looking like a 6-team race. Man, if only the American League could be this tight, right? Holy cow. This is good stuff. And, you know, I temper it again with the fact that it's very early. We know that, but still, it's fun. And there's Kenyon, Mike, Franklin, and So. Welcome, guys. Glad to have you here today. A absolutely beautiful Wednesday. 71 and sunny. It's going to get hotter. Skeens and Jones. What did you think of that replay, Franklin? They take them out around the 5th inning. Well, I'll answer that. So I think that's the only thing it could be. I would say it's almost certain they're both on pitch counts. Pretty much everybody is today. Of course, the pitch counts vary depending on the pitcher. Here's the starters for today's ball game. Gaylord Perry. He's loaded up with all of his necessary equipment, quote unquote. 21 game winner in real life, right-handed spitballer. Let's just go out and say it, right? For the Giants. Right-handed spitballer. Don Schwal, a righty for the Pirates today. He'll be traded to Atlanta at some point in the season. Let's check the stats in the replay so far. Perry, 2-1 with a 3.03 earned run average. This will be his 5th start. For Schwal, just his 2nd start. No record, but a rather high 5.23 ERA. In fact, that is the highest ERA on the staff right now for the Pirates. 2 right-handers getting ready to go to work today. And there's Kelly. Welcome, Kelly. Welcome, everyone. Hopefully we can put on another good show for you today. Yesterday was a blast. Let's get you that San Francisco batting order. Tito Fuentes leads off at second base. Len Gabrielson will be at first base today, hitting second, a day off for Stretch McCovey. Willie Mays in center field hits third. Jim Ray Hart down at third base in the cleanup spot. Tom Haller, the catcher, will bat fifth. Jesus Allou's back in the lineup in left in the 6th spot. Ollie Brown in right. Hal Lanier at short, and Gaylord Perry round out the lineup. The Pirates defensively will have Jim Pagliarone doing the catching, Clendenin at first, Mazeroski and Alley up the middle with Bailey down at third, and an outfield left to right of Stargell, Matty Alou, and the great Roberto Clemente. Moving it up just a tad so I can see the chat. Close the blinds a little bit too. I'm having trouble with my eyes today, so bear with me. I'm trying to get them to focus. Yeah, they charted pitches in '66, but I don't think anybody worried about pitchers throwing a certain amount of pitches. Yes, Perry is loaded. Too bad I'm not. No, I'm just kidding. I'm thinking of Bob Uecker again in Major League, of course, with the bottle in the booth, right? Ah, hell with it. Who cares anyway? Okay, Schwal ready to work. Here's Fuentes to start the game off. Tito comes in, batting just 196. 1 home run, 6 RBIs. Switch hitter batting left-handed. Here's Schwal's delivery now, and here's the pitch. That'll be a 3-3 right-handed. He pops him up. Right side, Clendenin there to make the catch, and we are underway. Holy cow, Kenyon. That's some good information on Don Schwal there, a player I know nothing about, quite frankly. Well, now I know a little bit. He had control issues. Let's look at the card, since we're on the subject. 40 walks in 87 innings. Yeah, that's not good. 51 Ks. He had a solid 3.31 earned run average that year in 12 starts. Pitched a bit in the bullpen as well. Len Gabrielson will be the batter now with 1 out in the first inning. Gabrielson hitting just 190, 8 for 42. He's got a pair of homers, 2 RBIs. Schwal gets the sign from Pagliarone. Here's the pitch to Gabrielson. It's a 5-10 left-handed. That'll be a grounder to shortstop X. That's going to be Gene Alley, the Gold Glove winner that year in the National League, with a 2E17 as he ranges into the hole. Here's the play on an 11. That's going to be the error range, and it's the dreaded 5. On a 17, Alley boots it for an error. Oh my goodness, a rare error for Gene Alley. And Gabrielson is aboard. Gabrielson, no threat to steal. He's a decent 1-14 runner, however. And here comes Willie Mays. Mays batting .320. A major league leading 10 home runs and 24 runs batted in. And Ben popped in. Welcome, Ben. Runner on first, 1 down. From the stretch, swallowed it to Mays. It's a 3-10 right-handed. That's a grounder down to third. That's Bailey to Mazeroski. Oh my God, to Clendenin. What a turn by Mazeroski. And the 5-4-3 double play ends the inning. So there was an error, but the threat was erased on a beautiful turn by Bill Mazeroski. You go to the bottom of the first, no score. As Perry gets loose, let's get you that pirate lineup. Excuse me. Matty Alou will lead off in center field. Gene Alley at shortstop hits second. Roberto Clemente in the 3 spot in right field. Pops Stargell batting cleanup, playing left. Pagliarone, the catcher, hits 5th. Don Clendenin at first base bats 6th. Maz hitting 7th. Bob Bailey, who started that double play in the top of the inning, at third base, hitting 8th. Schwal, the pitcher, bats 9th. The Giants defensively have Tom Haller behind the plate. Len Gabrielson down at first base today. Fuentes and Lanier up the middle with Hart at third, and the outfield left to right of Alou, Mays, and Ollie downtown Brown. Here is Matty Alou now. Matty Alou hitting .278 on the season. No homers, 6 RBIs, left-handed hitter. Good point, so. 4 Gold Glovers. Well, I know who 3 on Pittsburgh are. And Mays. Yep, there they are. So here's Matty batting left-handed. Perry into the windup now. There's the first pitch. It's a 1-5 triple to 3. That's going to be a long single on a 19, and Matty Alou with a leadoff single. Alou, a good base stealer, star 15. Perry, however, with a very good hold, -3. Throw in Haller 0, and he would be at 1 through 12 and not held. So no need to hold him on. They'll let him go 60% if he is so inclined. And here's Gene Alley, the shortstop. Alley's hitting .370 on the season. In fact, he's the Pirates' leading hitter. 1 homer, 8 RBIs. So Alley off to a great start in his 66 campaign. From the stretch, Perry comes to the plate on a 3-3 right-handed, and he loses him. And the Pirates have something going here in the first. A walk to Alley, a Lou down to second. And here comes the heart of the order. Roberto Clemente strides to the plate, pops Stargell on deck. The Pirates are batting .296 as a team. The Giants just .236. The Giants have more home runs, however, 33-24. Clemente's hitting .330 so far. 3 home runs, 11 RBIs. Perry checks the runners. Now from the stretch to Clemente, it's a 2-7. Single to 13, and that is knocked down at third by Hart, but he does not have a play. It's going to be ruled an infield single on a 6. And the Pirates have loaded the bases here in the first inning with nobody out. And look who's coming to bat. Stargell, who can clean those bases with one swing. Stargell comes in at .313, 8 home runs, 20 RBIs. Perry in a jam already here. And Tom Haller's headed out to the mound. While they have a conference, I will catch up on the chat. Damn, Kenyon, that's some amazing numbers. Was he a hard thrower? My guess is he had to have something going for him. Fast and wild, you know what I mean. There's Kurt Miller. Welcome to Kurt. And there's Jimmy Jam. Welcome aboard, Jimmy. That's how they got Dick Stewart. Thank you, Kurt. Schwal still alive at 88 years of age. Okay, back to this one. The home plate umpire has broken up the conference on the mound. Haller back behind the dish now. Here's Stargell with the bases loaded and nobody out. Perry into the lineup. Pitch to Stargell on a 1-11. That's ripped over the first base bag and down into the corner in right field. A clean double. Alou can walk home. Here comes Alley to score. Clemente can try to score. He's a 1-15. Brown, however, has a -4 cannon in right, knocking him down to an 11. And with nobody out, they're going to play it safe, and Clemente will hold at third on a 2-run double by Stargell. And just like that, it's 2-0, and still nobody out. Perry, uncharacteristically, struggling early in this one. Well, he could have been doing that, Franklin, but it did not help, at least not this time. Here's Pagliarone now. Pagliarone comes into this game 24 for 65. That's .369. 2 home runs and 15 RBIs, which is second on the club to Stargell. Holy cow, it's only the first inning, but with 2 runs already in, the Giants are going to have to... I hate pulling the infield in the first inning. On the other hand, it seems to call for it. With a slight conflict of interest in my own mind you. I'm going to let the dice decide. 1, 2, 3, it'll be in. Infield will be in for Pagliarone. Second and third infield in. Perry into the lineup. Pitch to the catcher, 3-7. Fly to center field, B ? I believe the runner can tag up on that. However, Mays is in center with a -4 gun, so he is going to hold. That's only the first out. Infield will remain in for Clendenin. Don Clendenin hitting .284, 5 home runs, 12 RBIs. This Pirate lineup does not stop. You've got Bailey hitting 8th, for God's sakes. Here's Clendenin now with the infield in. Perry trying to get out of this. He throws the pitch. It's a 3-9. Swung on and missed strike 3. And Perry now 1 out from getting out of this relatively cheaply. Here's Bill Mazeroski. Maz hitting 309. 1 homer, 11 RBIs. Perry into the windup. The pitch to Maz. A 4-8 right-handed. He struck him out. Boy, you'd have to say Perry got out of that cheap enough. And now I'm wondering if I shouldn't have sent Clemente on the double. But 2 for Pittsburgh. That's good enough. 2 runs, 3 hits, 2 left on. After 1 complete, it's 2-0 Buccos. Schwal now staked to a 2-run lead. Will go to work in the second. Jim Ray Hart will lead things off. Haller and Alou to follow. Hart so far hitting .317, 8 homers and 18 RBIs, both numbers second to, of course, Willie Mays on the ball club. Thank you, Ben. You know, I thought it was, and then I started second-guessing myself. Kurt thinks he should have tried to score. With 1 out, he would have been a 1-11. I'm sorry, there was nobody out at the time. So with nobody out, you're going to risk getting thrown out at the plate 45% of the time. No, I think it was the right move. Looks bad in retrospect, of course. Here's Hart now. Schwal, the pitch, is a 2-11 right-handed. It's a 2-hopper down to shortstop. Alley has it. Over to Clendenin, and there's 1 down. Tom Haller will be the hitter now, hitting just .228. 3 homers, 8 RBIs. The pitch from Schwal, 1-6 right-handed. That's drilled to deep right field. Clemente headed back on the track at the wall. It's gone. Home run Haller. And just like that, it's 2-1. Let's take another look. 1-6 to 19. The roll is a 3. And for Tom Haller now, that's his 2nd home run of the season. And that will bring up Jesus Alou. Alou hitting just .192 so far. No home runs. 5 runs batted in. Schwal gets the sign from Pagliarone. Here's the pitch. It's a 1-3 foul ball behind the plate. Pagliarone back, drops the mask, and makes the catch for the out. With 2 away, Ollie Brown will be the batter. Ollie hitting .234, no home runs, 2 RBIs. He's got a little pop versus right-handers. He's a weak against lefties. Schwal into the windup. Here's the pitch on a 2-6. Struck him out. And that will do it for the Giants in the second. They do get a run on the Haller home run to make it a 2-1 ball game. Look at that Giants outfield, would you? You've got a 2 -1 in left. A -1 in left is like a -3, basically. And then you've got -4 guns in center and in right. And they're all 2. Well, Brown's a 2 -4. May's a 1 -4 in center. Doesn't get much better than that in the outfield, does it? Perry coming back out now, trying to settle it down here in the second. Did do some nifty pitching to strike out 2 with runners in scoring position and get out of that first, only allowing 2. Bob Bailey will lead it off for the Pirates. Bailey so far on the year hitting .342, pair of home runs, 11 RBIs. Perry went to the windup. 112 right-handed is a grounder to shortstop. That's going to be Hal Lanier. Behind the bag, twists and throws. He's got him. Here's Schwal, the pitcher. Schwal, a right-handed batter, 1W. The pitch from Gaylord. 1-4, struck him out. Not all that surprising. A one-hitting pitcher against Gaylord Perry. Kind of predictable almost. Here's Matty Alou now. Alou singled and came around to score. Perry into the windup. The pitch to Matty is a 2-2 right-handed. It's a little two-hopper down to first base. Gabrielson will take it to the bag himself, and Perry indeed looking much better in the second inning as he retires the side in order. And through 2 complete, Pittsburgh 2, San Francisco 1. Schwal, just a 5 for endurance. Perry, a 7. Honestly, the 7 for Perry kind of surprises me. I was expecting an 8 or even a 9. Perry in 66, not quite yet the workhorse he would become. He had a couple of those 300-plus inning pitch seasons in there. One of them was, of course, 72 Cleveland, I want to say, right? Is that the year he won the Cy Young? I think that's right. I'm going just from memory here. I'm not looking it up. To the third we go. Hal Lanier leading things off for the Giants. Lanier hitting just 175, 18 for 103. 1 homer, 3 RBIs. Schwal into the windup now. The pitch to Lanier is a 6-8 right-handed, and that's going to be a single to 8, but on a 15, it's smothered at third by Bailey, who gets to his feet and throws him out. 1 away, and Perry will be the batter. Right-handed hitter, 3W. Schwal, the windup, the pitch is a 5-5 right-handed, struck him out. Another pitcher goes down swinging. And with 2 away, flip the lineup over, and here's Tito Fuentes. Fuentes 0 for 1. Left-handed hitter. Schwal, the windup, and the pitch is a 4-8 left-handed, a triple to 4, and would you look at that? That's going to be down and into the gap. Alou chasing it down. He gets to it. Fuentes rounding second. The throw comes in. He's safe at third with a triple. Let's look at that one again. 4-8 left-handed. Triple to 4. The roll of 3, and for Fuentes, a 2-out triple. And there's our triple. I don't think we had one yesterday. Well, thank you, Franklin. I will take that as a compliment because I try to make it seem that way. Even in a Mets-Cub game, I try to make it seem like everything is critical, right? How many triples? Boy, I don't even know how to look that up. Yes, I do, actually. I think I do. Let's finish the inning and we'll take a look at that. Here's Gabrielson with a runner on third and 2 down. Schwal checks the runner. Now set. Pitch to Gabrielson on a 1-8. Struck him out, and they leave Fuentes standing at third. Third strikeout of the game for Schwal. No runs, a hit, 1 left on. Okay, let's go to the National League stats. There have been 81 triples in the National League. Okay, remember that. 67 in the American League, so that's what, 148 triples. Yes, it does seem like a lot. I was saying the same thing the other day. That one game we had, what? We had 3 or 4 in one game just recently. 148 triples in 233 games. Now it's 149 in 234 and counting. Alley, Clemente, and Stargell due for Pittsburgh. Gene Alley walked and scored in the first. Perry gets the sign from Haller now. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch to Alley. A 3-5 right-handed base hit into left field. And Alley's aboard to lead it off. Alley, a star 15 stealer. He'd be a 12 not held. So they will not hold him as Clemente comes to bat. Clemente singled his first time up. Perry checks the runner. Now from the stretch comes home. 5-5 right-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. Clemente not an easy man to strike out, but he goes down swinging here on a Perry curveball. 1 out, and here's Stargell, who doubled into. Perry checks the runner. Now from the stretch, the pitch to Pops is a 3-7 right-handed, a single to 9. That's grounded into the hole. Lanier keeps it on the infield, but that's going to be an infield single on a 1. Alley will hold at second. First and second, 1 away, and here's Pagliarone, the catcher. Right-handed hitting catcher, second on the team in RBIs. Perry checks the runners. Now from the stretch, the pitch to the catcher. 2-5. That's ripped into the left center gap. That's going to be down for extra bases. Alley will come around to score. Pops holds up at third. It's an RBI double for Jim Pagliarone. That makes the score 3-1. And the Pirates, man, they are seeing Perry well today. 6 hits already against the big right-hander. And up steps Clendenin. Second and third, 1 down. The Giants will pull the infield in. Clendenin struck out in the first. Perry checks the runners. Now the windup. Pitch to Clendenin is a 6-7 right-handed. That's the grounder to second base X with the infield in. Fuentes a 3E37. Here's the play. On a 10, that's the E rating, and it's a 3. This does not sound good at all for the Giants. And Fuentes boots it, and a run will come in. So an error by Fuentes, first error for San Francisco. That'll score Pops, Pagliarone down to third. And it's 4-1 Pittsburgh. This Pirates team has been on a roll lately. Let's take a look at that for a second. Seven out of their last 10 coming into this one they've won. Infield will be a double play depth now, first and third, or will it? Hang on a second. Clendenin a star 15. No, he's a 12 not held, so no need to hold him. Double play depth. Here's Mazeroski. He struck out his first time against Perry. Perry trailing 4-1 already. From the stretch, pitch to Mazeroski. 6-7 right-handed, same number, grounder to second base X. This time with the infield back, it's a 3E37. Here's the play on a 19, and he makes the double play. Fuentes to Lanier to Gabrielson. So Fuentes sort of makes up for his error. Starts a nice double play there to retire the side, but 2 more for the Bucks on 3 hits, and they leave 1. After 3 complete here in Pittsburgh, it's 4-1 Pirates. I like that, Ben. So 1 out of 20 times. he would get ejected. And that's what, so 9 innings. Just under once every 2 games. Seems a little high, actually. So he made 35 starts. He's going to get ejected about 16 times. To the 4th we go. The Giants trying to get something going against Schwal. Willie Mays will start us off. Willie grounded into a double play in the 1st inning. Schwal .25 in real life, .63. Yeah, it's early enough that doesn't mean a whole lot, but it is interesting. And like most of you guys, I have felt there's been a lot of triples. Here's Mays, 0 for 1. Schwal, the sign from Pagliarone now, into the windup. The pitch to Willie Mays, a 6'7" right-handed, and he loses in ball 4. So a leadoff walk to Willie. Schwal with a -2 hold. Pagliarone is 0. He'd be a 15, but he only gets it on a 3. So he will not be held. Here's Hart now, 0 for 1. Schwal throws to first. Mays back in time. He rarely got ejected, Perry. I mean, they would practically strip him down on the freaking mound. Schwal checks the runner. The pitch to Hart, a 3-5. That's a high fly ball to deep left field. Backing up is Stargell, and he can't get it. That's down for a double on a 17. An open double bounces into center, actually, because that's going to go to Alou fielding it. See how I covered that there? Alou a +2. Mays 17-19. Mays they'll concede it and hold Hart at second with the double. So Mays in to score on the RBI double by Jim Ray Hart. And it's a 4-2 ball game. He'd have been a 1 through 19 coming to the plate, by the way. So yeah, they'll just hold Hart at second. Throw is cut off. And here's Haller, who hit a home run in his first time up. Haller, home run already today, representing the tying run at the plate. Schwal in a bit of a jam of his own right now as he gets the sign from Pagliarone. The wind up to pitch to Haller. 3-9 right-handed. He struck him out. First out of the inning. And here's Jesus Alou. Alou 0 for 1. Schwal into the windup. The pitch to Alou is a 1-4 right-handed. He pops him up on the left side. Infield fly rule. Alley puts it away for the second out. So it'll be up to Ollie Brown. 4-2 ball game. Runner at second, 2 down. Brown struck out his first time against Schwal. Here's the pitch from Schwal now to downtown Brown on a 1-5. He struck him out again. Brown slams the bat down, and the Giants settle for 1. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 left on. We go to the bottom of the 4th in a 4-2 game. Anybody's game. Perry. Well, he's done all right. Not vintage Perry today by any means. Look at the real life score. On this date in real life, he pitched a complete game, allowing just 1. Here's Bob Bailey to start us off. You know, I don't know about that, Kurt. I haven't played that since I was a teenager. Thank you, Ben, for the research. Only 3 times, and the doctored bat thing, that really throws me. I'm going to have to put something in here so I can read that. And Kenyon looks it up and says it's only 1. A doctored bat for a pitcher? Wow. Now that surprises me. Did you read that in his book by any chance, Perry? Me and the Spitter. I read that when I was a youngster. And he did say by the end of the career, he'd gotten so good at it, he didn't have to use anything. Just a little bit of sweat on his fingers was enough. And he did say he went through the motions just to screw with the batters' heads. Here's Bailey. 0 for 1. Perry. Wind up. The pitch. 3-9 right-handed. Struck him out. And for Perry now, that is 5 Ks in the game. Here's Schwal. Schwal struck out his first time. The pitch from Perry is a 4-9 right-handed. It's a single to 14 on a 17. That lands right in the glove of Jim Ray Hart. So a little soft liner to third for the second out. And that'll bring up Matty Alou. And there's Gerald. Hey there, Gerald. Haven't seen you in a while. Welcome back. 4-2 Pirates currently in the bottom of the 4th. 2 out, nobody on. Matty Alou at the plate. Matty 1 for 2 today as Perry goes into the windup. The pitch to Matty on a 2-4 is a ground ball to the right of short. Lanier has it, throws across in time. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Gaylord Perry. Through 4 complete, it's Bucks 4, Giants 2. Here's Schwal now. It'll be Lanier, Perry, and Fuentes for San Francisco. Hal Lanier 0 for 1 so far. Schwal gets the sign from Pagliarone now. Here's the windup and the pitch to Lanier. It's a 5-10 right-handed. That's going to be a ground ball to shortstop X. Alley, 2E17, into the hole. Here's the play. On a 19, he's there to plug it up. Long throw across in time for the out. So nice play, Gene Alley. Alley, once again, was the National League Gold Glove winner in real life that year. I'm surprised he didn't get a 1 in Strat-O-Matic, right? I always thought the Gold Glove winners automatically got a 1 in those days. I guess not. Here's Perry now. Struck out his first time against Schwal. 6-10 right-handed. That's a shallow fly into left field. That's going to be Stargell making the catch, and there's 2 down quickly. And here's Tito Fuentes, 1 for 2 with a triple. Schwal into the right. Pitch to Tito, 1-7 right-handed, right in his good column. He lofts a lazy fly ball into center. Alou drifting under it and puts it away for out number 3. A 1-2-3 inning for Schwal. That, by the way, was Schwal's first endurance inning. He's only in S5. And we move to the bottom of the 5th. Here's Gaylord now. Alley, Clemente, and Stargell due for the Pirates. Gene Alley singled and walked. He scored twice today. Perry gets the sign from Haller now. Pitch to Alley's a 2-5 right-handed. He struck him out. 2, 3, 4. That's 6 strikeouts for Perry. So Perry racking up some Ks now, and here's Clemente. Clemente 1 for 2. Perry into the windup. It's a 1-5 right-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. So Gaylord now has struck out 3 of the last 4. And here's Pops. 2 for 2. RBI, two-run double actually in the first. Perry into the windup. The pitch to Stargell, the 4-5 left-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3, and Perry fans the side. 8 strikeouts in 5 innings. After 5 complete, it's Pirates 4, Giants 2. And you're right, Franklin. So far, Schwal has outpitched Gaylord. Who would have thunk? I bought a coffee today. I was out doing some shopping. Just give me a moment here to collect my thoughts. And we move to the 6th inning. Gabrielson, Mays, and Hart due up. Len Gabrielson 0 for 2 today. Reached on an error in the first. Schwal gets the sign from Pagliarone. Here's the windup. Here's the pitch. It's a 4-4 left-handed. It's a fly to center field X. That's Alou, a 2E11. Matty on his horse. Going back. Here's the play. On a 7, he makes a nice running catch for the out. $8X, Gabrielson retired. Excuse me. I need to get a drink of water. Okay. Willie Mays at the plate, Jim Ray Hart to follow. Mays 0 for 1 with a walk. Schwal into the windup. Here's the pitch. It's a 5-6 right-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. And how many is that for Schwal now? A lot of Ks in this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 6 for Schwal. 2 down, and Jim Ray Hart will be the batter. 1 for 2, an RBI double in the 4th. Schwal into the windup. The pitch to Hart is a 2-7 right-handed, and he loses in ball 4. So Hart jogs down to first with 2 away, and Tom Haller will get a chance. Haller 1 for 2 with a home run in the 2nd. Left-handed hitting catcher with good power. Schwal checks the runner now. Haller the tying run at the plate. Schwal from the stretch. 2-10 right-handed. A grounder down to first. That's Clendenin to his right. Flips to Schwal covering. And that will do it. No runs, no hits, a man left. And Schwal pitching a fine ball game today. He's only allowed 3 hits. So another one of those unexpected pitching performances that we've grown to know and love, eh? We go to the bottom of the 6th. It'll be Pagliarone, Clendenin, and Maz. Jim 1 for 2 today. RBI double in the 3rd. Perry gets the sign from Haller. Here's the pitch to Pagliarone. It's a 3-6 right-handed. It's a 2-hopper down to 3rd, fielded by Hart, who throws him out for out number 1. And that's going to bring up Don Clendenin. Clendenin 0 for 2 today. Perry gets the sign. Here's the pitch. It's a 5-6 right-handed. Two-hopper to short, fielded there by Lanier, who throws him out. And there's two down quickly in the sixth. That's 8, 9. 9 in a row retired by Perry, who settled down nicely here. Perry in S7, remember. Here's Mazeroski, 0 for 2 today. Perry into the windup. 2-11 right-handed. Base hit into right field. Maz reaches out and just pokes it the other way. And he's aboard here with a 2-out single. Not a threat to steal. And Bob Bailey will be the batter. Bailey 0 for 2. Perry from the stretch. The pitch to Bailey. 2-9 right-handed. He struck him out. Strikeout number 9 for Gaylord. No runs, a hit, and 1 left on. And we are through 6 innings complete here today. 4-2 Pittsburgh. Here's Schwal now. Let's see, let's check the lineup here for the Giants. Right. Mostly right-handed. Pete Mickelson begins to toss in the Pittsburgh pen. Walker keeping an eye on Schwal now. He normally doesn't go this deep into the ball game, but he's starting the 7th inning against Jesus Alou. Alou 0 for 2. Schwal into the windup now. The pitch to Jesus is a 4-5 right-handed. Fly ball into right field. Carrying a bit, backing up is Roberto, and he's there to make the catch. Alou hit that one pretty well, but to the wrong ball player. And here's Ollie Brown. Brown struck out both times today against Don Schwal. Schwal gets the sign now. Here's the pitch to Brown. It's going to be a 6-11 right-handed, and he loses him, ball 4. A 1-out walk to downtown Brown. And that'll bring up Hal Lanier. Mickelson throwing with a little more conviction now in the Pittsburgh pen as Lanier steps to the plate, 0 for 2. Schwal working out of the stretch. Comes set. Here's the pitch to Hal Lanier. It's a 3-10 right-handed. He pops him up right side. Clendenin has it. And there's 2 down. And now, God, as much as I hate to, you know what we have to do, right? We got a hit for Gaylord. So Perry just 6 innings today. 3, 6, 7 hits, 4 runs. He walked just 1 and struck out 9. And they've got the pitcher left, right. Okay, we're going to go with the long man here, Lindy McDaniel throwing. McDaniel worked a ton of innings out of the pen that season in real life. Seems like a good spot for him. You know, Franklin, I just looked up at the chat. I was about to say, should I go McCovey or save him for later? What are the other options? Davenport? There really aren't many other options. It's going to be McCovey. Giants taking their shot right now. Here in the 7th inning, trailing by 2, Stretch McCovey representing the tying run at the plate. Let's look at his numbers. 295, 7 home runs, 14 RBIs. And Pagliarone's out to the mound. Pagliarone doing most of the talking, Schwal nodding. Now we're set. Pagliarone back into the crouch, Schwal staring in, McCovey, a very imposing figure standing up there in the left-handed batter's box. From the stretch, the pitch to stretch, 6-6, he struck him out. Oh my goodness, what a great moment. No runs, no hits, 1 left on. Schwal was up to the task today. Oh yeah, thank you, Franklin. Well, where am I doing a double switch? For Perry, we already hit for him. Oh, McCovey to first. And then put the pitcher in Gabrielson's spot? Then he'd bat second in the 8th. We're going to take a little moment here in the 7th inning stretch to discuss this. As much as I'd like to keep McCovey in the game, you sure as hell don't want the pitcher batting in the 2 spot coming up in the 2nd and the 8th. Take Brown out. Taking out a 2-4 in right. I'd be more apt to take a Lou out, to be honest with you. The best thing to do would be to take Lanier out, but do they have another shortstop? Let's take a look here. That makes more sense. We could bring in, I'll tell you what we're going to do. Okay, McCovey will stay in at first. Lanier will come out. The pitcher, McDaniel, will go in here. And we'll take Gabrielson out and put Davenport at short. So McCovey stays there. Pitcher goes in Lanier's spot. How's that? Davenport will go to short where he's a 3E36. He's actually slightly better defensively than Lanier. And Lanier doesn't hit. Okay, we're all set here now. Yeah, he's not the only one that has to write it down, Kenyon. I'm just hoping I don't screw myself up here. Okay, Perry's out. McDaniel's coming in. Lindy McDaniel so far in this replay, despite the good card, is 0-2 with a 6.06 ERA, 122 innings, nice ratios, pretty good strikeouts. Off to a rocky start this season. And he'll be coming on to face the pitcher's spot, Alou and Alley. And the Bucks are going to pinch hit for Schwal. What do you think about that? Schwal's pitching a 3-hitter, however. Boy, I'm on the fence on this one. I can't make decisions today worth a crap. My apologies, gentlemen. I'd kind of like to see Schwal keep going. On the other hand, I kind of feel like they're lucky to get the 7 they've gotten. Two-run lead, I'm going to give Schwal a little rope. I'd like to go with those starters, so I'm going to stick with the mode of consistency, let's just say. Here's McDaniel now, ready to go against Schwal. Pitch to the righties, a 5-11, a grounder to first base X. That is now McCovey. I failed to write him in, but I'm pretty sure he's a 325. He is exactly that. 3E25. And here's the play. On an 11, that's the E range. It's an 8 on a 25, and McCovey makes the error. What would have Gabrielson done? Gabrielson would have made the play. So it's an error on McCovey. And Schwal's aboard. The second error for the Giants. Interesting. So keeping McCovey's bat in the lineup hurt them a little bit defensively. And here's Matty Alou. Matty 1 for 3 today. McDaniel checks the runner. Here's the pitch to Alou on a 1-6. Single 2 stars. That's a solidly wrapped base hit into center. Rounding and headed to third is Schwal. And the Pirates have runners at the corners and nobody out. So McDaniel, partially through no fault of his own, is in a mess here in the 7th. Already trailing by 2. Gene Alley steps to the plate. He's 1 for 2 today with a walk. He's scored twice. 4-2 game. Infield will have to be in. They got to cut that off. What does that do to Alou, who's a star 15 stealer? McDaniel a -1. Haller a 0. He'd be a 14 and he'd have a free reign. They can't do that either because he'll go. They've got to hold Alou on and stay at double play depth. That would make Alou a 12. Alley will hit away. Alley's laying it down. He's an A bunter. 8A. Successful sacrifice bunt by Gene Alley. Moves Alou into scoring position. Oh, yeah. Riddle ball. I almost had him hit away, and I glanced down there and saw that A bunting and thought, with nobody out, why not? So now it's second and third, 1 away, and you've got Clemente and Stargell. Clemente, one thing Clemente did in his career was he grounded into a lot of double plays. I don't know about this season in particular. We can look at them real quickly. There's what, 3, 8, 12, 16, 17. That's actually one of his better seasons for ground ball A's. Okay, here he is now. Infield in, second and third, McDaniel. The windup and the pitch to Roberto. 6-4, it's a fly ball into right field. That's going to be deep enough to score Schwal. Brown making the catch, Schwal tagging, and he's in to score. Sack fly by Roberto makes it 5-2. And with 2 away, they're just going to put Stargell on. That's a no-brainer. So intentional walk being issued to Willie Stargell here. Pagliarone due up. Haller's going out to the mound. Pirates could blow it open right here. It's 5-2. First and second, 2 away. Now Haller back into the crouch, flashing some signs. Pagliarone standing in from the right side. Here's the pitch from Lindy McDaniel. 1-4 right-handed, and he walks him. Ball 4 to load the bases. And here comes Clendenon. Clendenon has pop. Clendenon, 5 home runs on the season. He's 0 for 3 today. McDaniel staring in now. The windup, the pitch. 2-4 right-handed. He struck him out. And the Pirates settle for 1. An unearned run charged to McDaniel. 1 run, only 1 hit, and they leave the bases loaded. 5-2 going to the 8th. Let's look at the Pittsburgh defense now. It's a good defense. Don't need a lot of help. Bailey at third is not too good, but I don't think they have anybody better. E25. You could put Pagan in there. On the other hand, Bailey's due to bat second in the bottom of the inning. We'll leave it alone. And here he is. Who'd have thunk, right? Don Schwall getting ready to work the 8th with a 5-2 lead. Top of the order. It's Fuentes, Davenport, and Mays. Tito, 1 for 3 today. Schwall goes into the windup. Here's the pitch to Tito, 4-3 left-handed. He struck him out. That's strikeout number 8 for Schwall. And here's Jim Davenport. He came in at shortstop in the double switch. Actually, a triple switch. Right? Jim Davenport. Let's check his numbers on the replay. 14 for 42. That's a team leading .333 average. Why isn't he playing? 1 down. Here's the pitch from Schwall. 2-7 right-handed. It's a fly ball into center field. Alou tracking it down now on the run. Makes the catch for out number 2. So Davenport retired, and here's Willie Mays. Mays 0 for 2 today with a walk. Schwall staring in. Here's the windup. The pitch to Willie. 4-3, grounder down to third base. That's Bailey who throws him out, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Schwall. What a story this Don Schwall has been today. The Giants running out of time now. Bottom of the 8th, it's 5-2 Pirates. McDaniel will go back out there. Bottom of the order for the Bucks. Mazeroski, Bailey, and Schwall. And you notice I didn't say and the pitcher's spot. Let's take a moment to soak this in. I just saw Perry's comment. That's why you get the big money, Steve. That's the funniest thing anybody said all day right there. Right? And the Perry Franklin thing, they used to be shit. I can remember they'd be in the parking lot as you're walking up to the sidewalk. Programs. Get your programs. Here's Mazeroski to start off the bottom of the 8th. Before that, I just want to thank everybody for being here. It's been my pleasure and a lot of fun. And thanks for the help, by the way, too, with the McCovey triple switch. Mazeroski 1 for 3. McDaniel into the windup. Pitch to Maz on a 4-10 as a grounder to shortstop X. That's going to be Davenport now, a 3E36. Davenport into the hole. On a 20, he's there. Throws him out, 1 down. So 6-3X, Mazeroski retired. And here's Bob Bailey. Bailey 0 for 3 today. McDaniel into the windup. 6-11 right-handed. Bailey lifts one into center field. Mays going back on it. Makes it look easy, and that's 2 down. And here's Mr. Schwall. Don Schwall, who probably even himself didn't imagine he'd be batting in the 8th. The pitch from McDaniel, 1-8, struck him out. So it's a 1-2-3 inning for McDaniel after 8 complete. Pirates 5, Giants 2. We're going to the 9th. Schwall trying to finish it. Roy Face up in the pen. He's the closer. It's going to be Hart, Haller, and Alou. Hart 1 for 2 with a walk. Pagliarone flashing the sign. Schwall nodding. Here's the windup, and the pitch to Hart is a 2-7 right-handed, and he walks him. Lead off walk to Hart. The question is now, how far do we go with Schwall? Here's Haller, 1 for 3. He has a home run in this game. Face throwing with more intensity now. This could be Schwall's last batter. Working out of the stretch now, the pitch to Haller. 3-10 right-handed, fly ball lazily into center field. Alou drifting over for it. He's got it, 1 down. That was a big out for Schwall. Out number 1, and here's Jesus Alou. Jesus 0 for 3 today. Face is ready. Schwall staring in. Here's the pitch to Alou. It's going to be a 6-6 right-handed. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. That's strikeout number 9 for Don Schwall. Holy cow, and he's 1 out away. Ollie Brown standing in his way. He struck him out twice and walked him once. Crowd on their feet. Schwall staring in. Checks the runner. The pitch to Brown. 3-5, swung on and missed. Strike 3. Oh my God, a complete game 10 strikeout performance for Don Schwall. Let's look at his card. 51 Ks in 87 innings in real life. What a game by Schwall. Holy cow. No runs, no hits, 1 left on. 5-2 is the final. Woo! And indeed, what a finish for Schwall. And welcome, Christopher, and greetings. Thank you, Kenyon, Mike, everyone, Franklin, So. I'll have the totals for you in just a second. I don't think there's any doubt who the Chief Spokane Gary player of the game is. That's going to be Don Schwal, who picks up his first decision of the year. A 3-hitter, 2 runs allowed. He didn't allow a hit since the 4th. And I was thinking of pinch hitting for him in the 7th. And he scored a run. Oh my goodness. You can second guess yourself all day playing this game, that's for sure. Schwal issued 1, 2, 3 walks and struck out 10. McDaniel worked 2 innings. Gave up 1 hit, an unearned run. He walked 2, one of them intentionally. And struck out 1. Perry McDaniel had 10 strikeouts. 20 strikeouts in the game. Sounds more like a 2024 game, doesn't it? For the Pirates, 5 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. For the Giants, 2 runs, just 3 hits, and 2 errors. One of the errors led to a run. However, that was not the difference maker. Yes, sir, Kenyon. The guy's making the money. We'll be taking Schwal out for a drink. I laugh because really nobody was making any money in 1966. Who do you think the highest paid player was on the Pirates? Clemente or Stargell, probably. They probably were making, I don't know, $80,000, you think? Good question, Perry, because at some point in this season, he will get moved to Atlanta. The team on the card is always the team they finished the season with. So at some point, they'll trade him. Or sell him, or whatever. It'll be a transaction involving Don Schwal. Oh, good game. Okay, thank you, gentlemen. Let's take a look ahead on the schedule. Tomorrow we're going to move ahead to May the 12th on the schedule. We'll finish up that series between the Chicago White Sox and the Baltimore Orioles. Bruce Howard for the White Sox. Frank Bertena gets a rare start for the Orioles. That's interesting. I'm guessing that they played a lot of games in a row and both teams needing a spot starter at that point. Anyway, that'll be at 1:30 Pacific. White Sox at Orioles. Orioles running away with the American League, kind of as expected. Thank you, so. There we go. That's what I was waiting for. So Clemente will buy a few drinks for Schwal. Of course, remember, he's making $40,000, but I wonder what a beer at a bar cost at 66. 50 cents? A quarter? That's a good question in itself. Let's take a look. A little more than that, actually. 1966, the average six-pack price was $1.79. So about 30 cents a beer. It would have been more than that, probably twice that in a bar, at least. Let me rephrase the question. Doesn't really tell me how much it would be in a bar. It comes back to the 6-pack price again. But you got to figure it was at least twice what it would cost in a store to go out for a drink. 60, 75 cents maybe. Interesting stuff. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today. Please join me tomorrow at 1:30, White Sox at Orioles. Meanwhile, Spokane Steve wishing you all a very pleasant good afternoon/evening. Take care, guys. So long.